Hey, what's up, kiddos? Trowbro is back with another drawing with Trowbro. And today we're going to be looking at memes. Now, a meme is when something goes viral or goes super popular on the internet. And there's all different kinds of memes. Maybe you've seen them before, but memes get super popular that people start referencing them and stuff. And sometimes you might not know it is a meme. And one of the really cool memes that I like is Nyan Cat. This little cat Pop-Tart that's like flying around with the rainbow with this catchy little song. Alright, he's super cute and I think you're going to enjoy making it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I have my piece of paper here, my pencil, and I got my picture of Nyan Cat right here for me to look at. I'm going to start with that simple rectangle that makes up Nyan's Pop-Tart body, which I think is so funny. Then I'm going to draw a little oval right here, and I'm drawing very lightly. You probably noticed that, so that when I erase this line of the rectangle that's going through his head, you don't see it anymore. So it's really important that when you're drawing, you try to not push down super hard. Then I'm going to come up here and draw two little triangle ears, and then I'm going to erase the part of the circle that's connected to the ears. So it just makes one shape. Wipe off all the eraser, and then I'm going to draw his eyes. And even though they're pixels on the left, which means little squares, I'm going to draw little ovals because I want this to look a little bit more like a realistic like drawing. Then he's got a reflection in his eye. That's a little white circle inside the black circle, and then a little black triangle nose, and then two little pink circles for his cheeks, and then what looks kind of like a W. It looks like a W, and then another little W kind of below it. That's how I'm going to make his mouth. It looks like a little W. Now, for his the icing on the Pop-Tart, I'm going to draw another little rectangle, kind of starting at the top of his head. I'm going to go around, and that's going to be the pink part of the Pop-Tart, that icing. Alright, now, the next thing I'm going to do is draw the little sprinkles that are on the Pop-Tart. And I'm just drawing little circles, and I'm not going to put too many. Like, it looks like he only has about like 9 little sprinkles on the one on the left, so I'm just going to put about the same amount. You don't want to kind of go crazy with it. Now, as soon as I got all these sprinkles done, I'm going to draw a couple of the paws, and it's like a little U shape. So he's got two little paws in the front, so two little U's in the front, and then he's got two little paws in the back. And so I'm going to start right here close to the edge of the Pop-Tart, draw one little leg, and then one kind of coming off the side too. Looks kind of like a upside down heart. And then his tail, this little hot dog shape coming out of the back of the Pop-Tart, and then for his rainbow, I'm going to draw the top line first, then the bottom line, then the middle line, then I'm going to draw 2 lines above it, and then 2 lines below it, because you want all 6 colors. So remember, you draw a line on the top, the bottom, do the middle line, and then 2 lines either way, like above it and below it. Now, if you feel like I moved too fast, pause the video and watch how I do it. Now that my drawing of Nyan Cat is done, it is time to color it. And so to do that, I'm going to be using oil pastels. If you don't have oil pastels, that's fine. You can use paint, you can use colored pencils, you can use crowns, you can use all 3 if you want to. I'm going to be using oil pastels. I kind of like the way it looks, kind of reminds me of an oil painting. They're kind of like crowns, but they're a little fancier. And these oil pastels, I don't have all the colors, so some of these colors I'm going to have to make. So for like the crust of the Pop-Tart, instead of having to do that cool like cream color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my yellow, but I'm barely pushing down, making it really light. And then on top of it, I'm going to clean off this white oil pastel. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to color like right on top of the yellow with the white, and it's going to lighten the yellow a little bit more, and I think it'll match the Pop-Tart pretty good. Alright, let's speed this up so you can see what it looks like a little finished. I'm going to go a little bit faster because I don't want to make you sit here and watch me color this whole Nyan Cat, because it takes me about, like 20-30 minutes to do this. But I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to sit here and watch me. Now I ran into another problem. I do not have gray to do my Nyan Cat, but that is okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use black, but I'm going to push down very lightly, and I'm going to color his tail, his feet, and his head. And then as soon as I go over all of it with just a little bit of black, I'm going to take my white and I'm going to go right on top of it. And what's nice about oil pastels is they mix really well, and you won't even know that I didn't have a gray. You'll be like, oh, that's a nice gray, Mr. Trowbridge. You colored it really well. But I didn't even have a gray. I just used black and white and mixed them together to get that nice gray color. Now I'm going to move on to the rainbow. Now, usually when I color things, I try to save black to do last because it's the darkest color, and if I mess up, anything, the black usually can cover some of my mistakes. So I'm going to go and do the rainbow real quick. With Nyan Cat all colored, I'm going to take my black out, and I'm going to do his eyes, and I'm going to trace over his head, his paws, and his tail. I'm not going to do anything to the rainbow. I'm going to leave it alone. I just want to do black for his eyes, head, Pop-Tart, and his paws. Alright, my last step before I color the sky is I'm going to show you a really cool trick. I'm going to use this white oil pastel, and this trick works with either oil pastels or crowns. It doesn't really work with color pencils, but the oil pastel, I'm going to color little white stars. And you're like, Mr. Trowbridge, the sky's already white. Why are you doing white stars? Well, here in a second, I'm going to paint all of the sky around Nyan Cat blue. But this white crown, this oil pastel, it's going to protect the paper and keep it white. So I can paint right over the stars and it's going to stay white, which is nice. It's going to save me time, because trying to paint around a bunch of little stars is really time consuming. It takes up a lot of time. So now I can just paint over all this Nyan Cat with just blue paint, and the white stars are still there and it looks really cool. Here is my finished Nyan Cat, and you can see the stars, they pop out a little bit more because of the wet paint. It's kind of hard to see it on the painting, but you can see that when it's finished, those white stars really do pop. Well, kiddos, I hope you had fun making your Nyan Cat. I hope that you stay tuned to my channel and keep practicing art, and I will see you next time.